You can solve complex problems at work. You can plan your life 6 months ahead. You can give your friends perfect relationship advice. But when it comes to your love life, you ignore every single red flag. You stay way too long, you choose the wrong person again. And the wildest part? You know you're doing it. You can literally see it happening and you do it anyway. So, what is it about love that turns smart, logical, capable people into absolute disasters? Let's actually talk about it. You're intelligent. You've got your life relatively together. You're the person people come to for advice. And then you meet someone, and suddenly every rule you set for yourself disappears. You said you'd never date someone emotionally unavailable, but here you are, waiting 3 days for a text back. Again. You said you'd walk away at the first sign of disrespect, but you're still there, making excuses, giving second chances, and third and 10th. Your friends can see it, you can see it, but you just can't stop. Here's the thing nobody talks about. Being smart doesn't protect you from bad decisions in love. Sometimes it makes it worse. Here's what's actually happening in your brain. When you're in love, or even just attracted to someone, your brain literally stops working normally. Neuroscientists have done brain scans of people in love, and you know what lights up? The same areas that light up with cocaine use. The ventral tegmental area, the reward center of your brain, floods with dopamine when you see them, text them, think about them. And just like any drug, your brain starts chasing that high. So when they pull away, when they're inconsistent, when they breadcrumb you, your brain doesn't register, this person is bad for me. Your brain registers, I need more of this. And here's what makes it worse. Your brain gets addicted to the cycle, the inconsistency, the push and pull, the are they into me or not? And the scariest part? You don't even realize it's happening. Your brain convinces you it's love, when really, it's just chemistry doing its job. Unpredictable rewards are more addictive than consistent ones. It's why slot machines work. It's why you keep checking your phone. And it's why you can't stop thinking about someone who barely texts back. Your brain is literally getting high off the chaos. And that's when smart people start doing objectively dumb things. Texting at 2 a.m., overanalyzing every word, staying in situations that are clearly going nowhere, because your logical brain is offline and your dopamine-addicted brain, it's driving. But then there's this other thing that happens. Smart people are used to solving problems, so when a relationship is hard, when it's a constant emotional roller coaster, your brain doesn't think this is unhealthy. Your brain thinks this must be important. But here's the psychology. Intensity is not the same as compatibility. Anxiety feels like passion. Drama feels like depth. Inconsistency feels like excitement. You meet someone, the chemistry is instant, the conversations go until 3 a.m., everything feels electric. But then you notice they only text you late at night. They're all in one day and distant the next. And instead of seeing that as unavailability, you see it as passion. They're just guarded, they've been hurt before. If I'm patient enough, they'll let me in. But patience isn't the same as self-respect, and if someone wanted to let you in, they would. Not in 6 months, not when they're ready, now. Your smart brain, the one that's great at problem solving and analysis, gets completely fooled. You think if I just communicate better, give them more time, love them harder, this will work. But you're trying to logic your way out of an emotional trap, and the smartest people, they're the best at convincing themselves they can fix it. And here's where it gets really messed up. Smart people don't just make bad decisions in love. They make bad decisions and then build entire arguments defending them. When someone treats you badly, you explain it away. They're just dealing with a lot right now. They're not emotionally available because of their past. They do care, they just don't know how to show it. You're so good at understanding people that you understand them right past the point where you should have left. And the worst part is, you can see their potential. You can see who they could be if they just healed, grew, tried harder. But you're not dating their potential. You're dating them, right now, as they are. And as they are is someone who's not choosing you. Smart people don't just stay too long. They stay too long while researching attachment theory, reading relationship books, trying therapy techniques on someone who isn't in therapy. You're doing the work for both of you. You're the one Googling how to communicate with an avoidant partner. You're the one journaling, setting boundaries, trying to be understanding. And them, they're just existing, showing up when it's convenient. Because you're so capable of growth, you assume they are too. But working on yourself in a one-sided relationship isn't growth, it's just exhausting. And then there's the sunk cost fallacy. I've already invested 6 months, a year, 2 years. If I leave now, all of that was for nothing. But time invested doesn't make a bad relationship good, it just makes it longer. Smart people are great at commitment, at seeing things through, at not giving up, which is a beautiful quality until you're committed to the wrong person. You keep thinking just a little longer will make the difference, but it won't, because the issue isn't your effort, it's that you're trying to build something with someone who isn't building with you, and no amount of intelligence can fix that. Okay, I've been calling you out. Now let me actually help. If your best friend told you this story, if they described your relationship as if it were happening to them, what would you tell them? Would you say give them more time? Would you say they'll change eventually? Or would you say you deserve better than this? We're always smarter about other people's relationships than our own, because when it's someone else, we can see clearly. We're not blinded by hope or history or fear. Here's the question I want you to sit with. Are you choosing them because they're right for you, or because you're trying to prove you're smart enough to make it work? Because love isn't supposed to be a logic puzzle. It's not supposed to feel like you're fighting for scraps of affection. And if you're using your intelligence to explain away bad behavior, you're not being smart, you're being scared. Scared of starting over, scared of being alone, scared of admitting you were wrong. But being wrong about one person doesn't make you stupid. Staying when you know it's wrong, that's the real mistake. Here's where I land. Smart people make dumb decisions in love because love isn't a problem to solve. It's not something you figure out through analysis or sheer force of will. Sometimes what you feel is that this person, no matter how much you care, isn't good for you. And the smartest thing you can do is trust that feeling. Not their potential, not the good moments, not the hope they'll change, the actual reality of who they are today. You can be brilliant and still end up in the wrong relationship, but you can also be brilliant enough to walk away, and that's where your intelligence actually serves you. Have you ever stayed in something way longer than you should have? Did your intelligence help you or trap you? Drop it in the comments. No judgment, just honest conversation. I'll see you in the next one.